Good morning. How are y'all this morning? I know I'm about 15 minutes late and I apologize. I was trying to get ready and got up a little late this morning. We stayed up late last night. It was a powerful weekend for Michael and I and for our church, and still processing everything and processing the weekend. I want to give a shout out to the pastors at the Assembly West Monroe. What a powerful weekend. To those who came in and spoke. Also, Brother Tim Todd and Pastor Don Norton. This weekend was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And so today I'm coming still, I may be a little bit, my energy may be a little bit lower today, but I'm still processing a lot. I have a friend whose company, a sweet girl that goes to church with us, she has a clothing company called Undone Clothing. And I asked her one day, why Undone? And she has a blog also. And today I wouldn't ask that. I understand being undone, and I feel like I have been undone. I got to stop or I'll start crying. But I wanted to let y'all know that I've just been processing. I mean, we got in bed really late last night and just trying to process. I don't know what else to say, just to process. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about leadership. Let me, when I say the term leadership, or are you a leader, if I ask you that, you are, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're someone who works, let's say at a customer service center like I used to work at, or you have a job where you're a contributor, you're probably thinking, well, I'm not a leader. I don't lead anybody. This isn't for me. But I want to tell you something. We all lead. We may not all lead well, but we all lead. And that's what I want to talk to you about today. Do you lead? And the first thing I'm going to tell you is yes. The answer is yes. I don't care who you are, what position you're in, what you do in life, you lead. Sometimes it's simply by example. Hey, Paige, how are you doing this morning? Sometimes we lead by example, by our actions. Sometimes we lead, if you're a parent, you lead daily. I mean, daily you lead. If you're a contributor at your work, if anyone asks you for advice, if anyone asks your opinion and you give them that back, you're leading. Okay, there's so many ways that we lead, we don't realize we lead. Again, just because you're leading doesn't mean you do it well. Okay, I'm just going to be honest. Y'all know I'm blunt, and it's the truth. Just because you lead doesn't mean you do it well. But we all lead. We all lead in some capacity. We all lead in some way in our lives. The thing to do is to learn how to lead and how to lead well. I'm not going to talk about this a whole lot today. I want to kind of give you some ideas of places of leadership, not places of leadership, but how you may be leading right now. So if you teach Sunday school, you're leading. If you are a teacher in a public school system, you're leading. If you are a parent, again, you're leading. Anytime you give advice, anytime you give direction, anytime you suggest to someone something, you're leading. And we need to recognize that. We need to recognize that we all lead. The next thing we need to figure out is, do we lead well? I'm going to talk more about that. And the whole purpose of this today is to help y'all. I'm about to do some new things in my group, which is Finding Your Purpose Walk. I'm about to add some new units to there. Or guides is what they call them now. I hope to have those in there this week. And those are going to be on leadership. Because again, we all lead whether we do it well or not. Everyone has a place of leadership of some way, some form, somehow. If you can convince me otherwise, or you think you can, comment. Let me know. Let me know. Again, y'all, apologize for my low energy. Thank you, Paige. I love bees. Absolutely love bees. I have 2 necklaces like this, and I have bees around my office in here. Just a few. I don't like to overdo anything. But the other thing I tell you about that, I kind of look at the people that I lead as my hive. and it's kind of the queen bee, but I'm not that kind of queen bee. You know how you have someone who's, when you think of a queen bee, you know, you think of a diva or someone like that, and that's not me. If you know me or you've been around me, you'll know that's not me. But y'all, my hair's still wet this morning, by the way. That's how I rushed in here to get this done so I could talk with y'all. To me, it was more important talking with y'all than worrying about my hair. But anyway, so this is, I consider the people that listen to me and as my hive. But I'm not the queen over y'all. I'm just, you're my hive, but love bees anyway. But back to leadership. You know, if you, we need to learn to lead well, whether it's our children, whether it's our friends, whether no matter what, we need to learn to lead well. And you never know when that position is going to come to you. You never know when you're going to be offered a position of leadership. A lot of people shy away from it. I would invite you not to do that. It's probably the greatest thing I was ever able to do and am doing now. It's just something we need to learn how to do it and do it better. I would like to invite you, if you're not part of my group, Finding Your Purpose Walk, to pop over there, join the group. I am creating a free training in there on leadership, and it's going. I think you would like it, even if you're not in that position at your work. But you know, again, I would encourage you that if you give advice and your friends seem to think it's good advice, if you have had success in mentoring someone, success in helping someone, you need to look at building your leadership skills and becoming even better at it. You never know when that opportunity may open up for you. When it opened up for me, I was ready. I was so ready. I had been developing myself. Now, the first time it opened up for me, I was not. Let me back up. The first time it opened up for me, I was not ready. And I failed miserably. And I'm writing a book right now, and that will be the introduction to the book, telling y'all where I started and where I ended. And not that when it ended, I was the perfect leader. I will never be that perfect leader. God is refining me. He's making me, it's like the refiner, going through that process. Or I think about Ron DeCiani's picture of the man. He's hunched over and he's got his head down. And you see a chisel, and it's God's chisel, it's God's hand, and he's chiseling him. And that's how my life is. And that's how my life will be until I'm not here anymore on this earth. So God is refining me. He's making me better. But, we need those skills. We need those skills. We need to know that when the opportunity comes, we'll be ready. And you never know when that opportunity is going to come. You never know when leadership's going to be put in your lap. So be ready for that. Be ready for that refining that God's going to bring. Be ready for whatever he puts in your way. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, back, let me see, trying to figure out how long ago, about 12, 13 years ago, I never would have thought, ever thought I'd be in a leadership role as far as work. I never would have thought that. And something was said to me by one of our pastors, our lead pastor at the church here a few weeks ago, and I repeated it to my daughter. We were talking about it. And she said, "Mom, why does that surprise you? You've been doing that all your life." And she started naming instances where I had been leading, where I had been mentoring, where I had been doing things. And it started off with kids. Guys, that's the best place we can be leading right now. That's our future generation. If you're teaching, I started off teaching kindergarten and preschool. Y'all, that's where we got to get them, okay? That's where we've got to get those minds bent in the right direction. And so that's, again, if you're in, look at your life. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so undone from this weekend. But look at your life, look at where you're leading, and look at where you can lead more, where you can lead better. Join me at Finding Your Purpose Walk. I'd love to have you there. Like I said, the training will be coming later this week. I hope to have it ready then. If not, it'll be the first of next week. But that's something I'm working on right now. I'm working on a book about leadership. I'm really excited about that. So join me, and I will come back Wednesday and Friday and talk a little bit more about leadership, a little bit more about how to lead, where to lead, places of service. But and then Thursday and Tuesday and Thursday, I'll be talking a little bit more about blockers in our life. So before I go, I want to tell y'all I love y'all. I love each and every one of y'all. More importantly than the fact that I love y'all is that God loves y'all. Never forget that. Never forget. Your Father loves you. He sent His Son to die for you. And you are so blessed. So blessed. I love y'all. Have a blessed day.